If someone is new and they want to invest in quality control solutions, what would your tips be for them?
Whether you're talking about kind of a new line or whether you're talking about replacing existing equipment on your current line, you need to plan it in so you don't end up in a situation where you're doing something like a distressed purchase, because you won't end up with something which is right for your current and also your future need requirements. When you've planned it in and you've made that decision to invest in new equipment, you need to really be looking at, the first thing is probably the performance of the systems. So if you're looking at something like whether it's checkwares, whether it's leak detection, but in this instance I'll talk about X-ray systems because we're in front of an X-ray system. When you're talking about X-ray systems, you probably need to be looking at sensitivity which is almost above your current requirements, because there's two elements that would assist you with. It also helps on your future product needs and future production. But also, if you have the sensitivity which is kind of beyond your current needs, you will reduce the kind of amount of false rejects that you get from the actual system itself. Next aspect is everybody thinks about price of machines, but really what you should be thinking about is the total cost of ownership. So when I talk about the total cost of ownership, it's reliability of the systems, the cost of spare parts comes into play, and that's a critical factor when you're making decisions about equipment that really you want to live at least 10 years in your production facility. Probably the final aspect is really everything to do with kind of quality is to do with compliance and regulations. So you need to look at the partner that can support you on that journey on the compliance and regulations, but not only kind of now, but also into the future and how your requirements might change. And they're probably the critical elements to consider.
Really, really interesting, especially as you mentioned, not only for now for the consumer to think about that, but also obviously for the future. So thank you so much, Ciaran, for joining us today.
Thank you very much.